I've been bulking for the last 1 year, and in that time frame, I've managed to put on 40 pounds of mass and also managed to stay low body fat percentage, right? So for the last year, I've just been going to the gym consistently, eating the right food, doing the right habits, and I've put on more than 40 pounds of mass in that 1 year. And also, I'm still relatively lean, right? So let me break this down into two time frames because there was like my first 7 months, which is very significant in my training, and the last like 5 months or so, which is also very significant. In my first 7 months of training, right, I started off at 154 pounds. I was super skinny, right? For my height, that's basically medically underweight, right? In fact, I've medically been underweight my whole life, right? So there's skinny, right? Where you're like, you look at that person, you're like, yeah, you need to put on more mass. But there's also underweight medically, which means that according to the BMI scale, right, I was medically not healthy, right? I was undernutrition or malnutrition, whatever the fuck, right? So I was skinny my whole life, right? And it was that bad to that extent. My first 7 months of training, I went from 154 pounds to 171 pounds. But more importantly and more impressively, I was 9.1% body fat, right? Now, for those of you that don't go to the gym and don't know anything about like the gym space, the gym industry, and don't know anything of what I've just said, right? This probably just flew over your head. Like I was like 9%, 9.1% body fat. It probably just flew over your head. But 9.1% body fat is basically like you never, no, not never, but right now in your life, you don't know any single person who's 9.1% body fat. That's lean to a point where my abs were like ridges. I was shredded as fuck. I was shredded, like absolutely shredded at 170 pounds, right? 9.1% body fat. This is one of those like body fats or this that leanness where you can't really maintain this year round. You can, but it's very difficult, right? I could possibly maintain 9.1% body fat throughout the year, but it's very difficult. This is the leanness where your favorite influencers on Instagram, like Alex Eubank, like Usain, I would assume, like all those influencers that you watch, David Lade and them, they are probably around 10% body fat, right? So they're probably around in the same region of body fat that I was, right? And of course, the biggest difference was just that I had like very low muscle mass, right? I did put on a little bit of muscle mass from 154 pounds to 171 pounds, but I was still skinny, right? I was too skinny, but I still looked better than basically everyone around me, right? So after my first 7 months of training, I looked at this and I was like, you know what? I could be lean, like I could afford to put on more weight and be able to just come back to being around the same leanness, right? Because I knew what it took to be this lean, right? And for me, it wasn't that difficult because again, I've been skinny my whole life. I wouldn't struggle to be in a deficit. I wouldn't struggle to be eating the right foods. I wouldn't struggle to do all of that. What I would struggle to do is put on weight, right? So for the last 5 months, I've been bulking intensively. For the last 5 months, I've put on over 25 pounds of muscle, right? So I'm about 195, 196 pounds, thereabout right now. And I went from 170 to 196 pounds in a space of 5 months. I've been bulking intensively. And even still more impressively, I'm still low percent body fat, right? I'm still like pretty lean compared to like most people, even who are cutting, right? I still have the visible abs, I still have the nice physique and everything, right? But now I'm like 196 pounds. So in total, I've put on over 40 pounds in like this time frame of like 1 year, right? And I've stayed like very low body fat. The biggest thing, obviously, about me doing all of this was just about the diet, right? And the diet and recovery and all these things. But diet has been one of the most difficult thing in the last 5 months. In the first 7 months of my training, diet was super simple, right? Like I just knew that I had to eat the rice, I had to eat like the chicken or the rice and the lean beef twice a day, and then eat like the oats before the gym or something like that. And that was basically my whole diet, right? Simple, nice and simple, done each and every single day. I eat that. It sounds depressing. For me, I didn't even like notice anything. Like for me, it was just like, okay, it's time to eat. I eat the food, boom, done and dusted, right? Didn't even think about it, right? Because also at the same time, I've never really like gone out of my way to want to eat all these like other foods, right? Just because, like, again, food, the whole thing of eating food wasn't my thing. I struggled to eat food. I struggled to eat more calories, right? So the whole time I was in the gym, I just thought the default gym meal is you eat the rice and lean beef, you eat the oats before the gym. That's it. You're done and dusted for the day, and then you have your protein powder later, and then also you can have your creatine and also the pre-workout, right? That's all I did in my first 7 months, right? So because my diet was like super clean, and also because I maintained this clean diet for a very long time, I literally got to 9% body fat without even doing cardio and without even tracking my meals, tracking my calories, right? For someone to get to like 9% body fat, let me put this into perspective. You'd have to be dialed in where you're basically tracking every single meal that you eat. You're basically doing cardio every single day, and also like you're training like in a specific way, right? I didn't do all of these things, but I was still able to get to like 9% body fat, right? So I did this in the first 7 months. But now, in the last 5 months, I've had to bulk, right? So bulking like to the point where I'm gaining like 5 pounds of mass per month, right? I couldn't just stick to the rice and lean beef oats thing. I had to eat more meals and I had to eat more food, right? And also, just because of the process of eating more food, I actually started to notice like repeating this food over and over again. It's really getting to my head. It's kind of getting depressing. I'm like, fuck, I'm eating the rice and lean beef again. Like, fuck, I want to eat something else, right? And that's where the problem started, right? It was fine for the first like 3, 4 months, but in the last month, that's where the problem started. Because in the last month, I'm like, fuck, I've been eating all the right foods. I eat the eggs, the omelets. Like I eat 6 eggs alone in the morning, and then I go out of my way and then I eat like the protein, high protein meals, calorie dense meals only, and then I eat the right foods only. And now when someone gives me like cookies or something, I'm like, fuck, what is this like food? Where did this come from, bro? It's so good, right? Like the other day, my boys were eating cookies, and I'm like, you know what? Let me get some as well. I got some cookies. I'm like, oh my god, wow, this is so good. I've never, like, literally, I've never had those cookies in my life. I'm eating them. I'm like, this food is so good. I ate like 8 cookies in one sitting. I'm literally just eating cookies, eating cookies, eating cookies. Same thing with like the cinnamon toast crunch. I told you guys about this in my last video. That cereal, that cereal is like my biggest demise, right? Because it's like you get a bowl of cinnamon toast crunch, right? You eat that, you're like, wow, this cereal is so good. And I'm a person who doesn't even eat cereal. Like, all I eat in terms of like cereal is oats, right? I literally eat the high protein oats, that's it. I don't eat all these like funny, sugary cereals or whatever. But it's like, now because I've just been eating the right foods for a while, it's like I'm not just crashing out and eating all the bad things, right? So I eat like the cinnamon toast crunch things. I'm like, wow, this is so good. I get another bowl and another bowl. And it's like, if I was going to bulk in this way of just eating all the bad foods, all the wrong foods, right, it would be so easy for me to bulk up to like a really heavy weight, but I would put on so much body fat, right? My goal was to be 200 pounds by April the 1st, right? It's like March the something today, and I have like a month to put on about 4 pounds of mass, right? Which is like, it's going to be difficult, but it is very doable, right? But if I was going to bulk in a way where I'm just eating all the wrong foods, all the bad foods, right, it would be so easy for me to just put on a lot of body fat, but the amount of muscle that I put on wouldn't even change. It wouldn't even increase, right? I would still be putting on roughly the same amount of muscle mass, but this would have so many other negative side effects. Like I would feel tired with this all the time. I would have brain fog. My brain wouldn't function because of all the bad foods. I would have like sugar crashes, whatever they're called. Like it would be so bad for my training and everything else. Oh my god. I literally never. You guys notice I've been training my neck as well. Look at that. Look at that. Shit. fuck. I've been training my neck for the last 5 months or so, including this whole process. But yeah, that neck training is paying off, boys. You see that? But anyways, it would have been so easy for me to do that, right? But I've still stuck to like I'm trying my best now because because of this fucking cereal and these cookies or whatever the fuck, I'm having to detour a little bit. But it's obviously like one of those things where I'll detour for like a week or two, but I'll be back on the consistent path of doing the right things. That's how I've been able to really maintain like the lean physique and also put on a lot of muscle mass during this entire period of time, right? So it's just like one of those things that I really wanted to bring to you guys and explain to you guys like how I've been doing it. My training has just gone up also intensively compared to like the first 7 months. The first 7 months I was training like 5 times per week and I wasn't training as intensely as I am now. My intensity in my training has gone up, my volume in my training has gone up, my by volume I mean days of training. So I train 6 times now, 6 times per week. I've just upped the intensity in everything, right? Because from the first 7 months to now these 5 months, these last 5 months I've been so locked in and I've just upped the intensity on everything, right? By the time it's like the 1st of April, if I'm 200 pounds, which is the goal that I've set, and I will be 200 pounds, when I'm 200 pounds, we can start cutting for like a month or two. The cut won't be that long. It's just to lose the extra fluff that I've put on. But again, since I've been able to stay relatively low body fat. Like right now, if I was to take a guess, I would say I'm like 12% body fat, 13% maybe. So for me to just go back to like that 10% body fat, I would need like a month or two of cutting, and then I'll be back to like that 10%, and then we can go back to like default settings, right? So this is I just want to bring that to you guys and share this content to you guys because this is what I've been doing for the last year or so, right? And it's been absolutely amazing. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the video.